I've been starstruck many, many times. As a matter of fact, this past year, I got to meet one of my childhood heroes. I got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, some of you are clapping, some of you are like, wait. Well, here's the thing. I didn't love him as a politician, and I was too young to know him as a bodybuilder. All I knew is the movie Terminator was my favorite movie, and he was the Terminator. So, here's the story. I'm in LA at this red carpet event for some movie that I still haven't seen. I'm standing there with my publicist, okay? I'm standing there with my publicist, and she's explaining to me how the red carpet works. Listen, Gabriel, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna go down the red carpet, and then the paparazzi's gonna start taking photos of you, and then someone's gonna ask you some questions. It's a lot of fun. Then we'll go inside, and then we'll go to the after party. It's gonna be great. As she's telling me this, I'm looking around, and I look over and I notice, I see him. I see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I freak out. Relax, relax. You've never met Arnie? I said, no, I've never met Arnie. I work with him all the time. He's really nice. Would you like me to introduce you? I'm like, yes. She takes me by the hand, and she walks me directly to Arnold. I'm freaking out so bad, I look like a big-ass toddler. We get over to Arnold Schwarzenegger's area, and he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's already got a big group of people around him waiting to take a photo. So I'm just patiently waiting. As I'm watching him, you guys, I gotta tell you right now, no one on this planet is better at meeting people than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is the greatest people meter I've ever witnessed. And the reason I say this is because when you meet him, he's very engaging. He grabs your hand, he pulls you in, he looks at you in the eyes, and he turns it on. When you meet Arnold, you get exactly what you think you're gonna get. It's awesome to watch. You know? How are you? So nice to meet you. You're so strong. You put my hand. Hey, look at you. This is incredible. Got these lights and this red carpet. This is incredible. Excuse me. How are you? Hey, you're so strong. You put my hand. This is incredible. Look at you. People are walking away from him, looking at their hand. They're looking at their hand, you guys. 10 minutes I'm watching Arnold Schwarzenegger light people up. And then I noticed something else. I noticed that Arnold has a handler, a guy who stands right behind him. And it's this guy's job to basically reset Arnold for the next person he's about to meet. Arnold Schwarzenegger will never cut off a conversation with the fan. The guy behind him listens in on the conversation, and he determines when enough is enough, and then he signals Arnold to cut it off and move on. Here's the signal. He grabs the back of Arnold's arm right there, 2 times. 1, 2. That lets Arnold know, cut it off, time to move on. Always to the left. Awesome to watch. This is incredible with these lights and these special effects is going on here. Excuse me, how are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Hey! I'm like, oh. So I yell out to the handler, hey! And the handler turns around. Hit him! I want to meet him. Hit him! And he starts laughing because now he sees that I see how the Terminator is really working. So he gives me one of these. Next thing you know, he is lighting Arnold up. He is hitting Arnold so fast, Arnold can barely keep up. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Excuse me, pardon me, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Very good. Pound, 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 pound. He's coming down the line, coming down the line, coming down the line, and I'm just waiting. And I stick my hand out, and he grabbed it. How are you, son? I recognize you. I know who you are. You're the comedian who does the joke about the Indian man trying to rob a bank, but he cannot rob the bank because they are making fun of him. And in my head, I'm like, he knows me! Outside, I'm like, yeah, that's me. You are hysterical. Give me your contact information. You are the funniest person. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Hey! Meeting Arnold is like a really good roller coaster. You want to go to the end and meet him one more time. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dork too. I don't know how to talk to women. And this guy always comes, hello. Girls go crazy. And ladies, I'm gonna tell you right now, if a pretty man is your thing, if a gorgeous GQ guy is what you want, then by all means, go for it. But I'm gonna let you know right now, in the long run, a pretty man is gonna do nothing but lie to you, cheat on you, and break your heart. That's why, ladies, you need to start giving guys like me a chance. That's right, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, the worst thing I'll ever do is have dinner without you. And everybody... Look at some of the girls. Everybody gives me advice too on the best way to meet that certain someone. You know, like my sister Emily, she always tells me the best way to meet someone is to go on the internet. She goes, go online, you'll meet someone. I'm like, I thought it'd be a good idea because my sister, she's cool people. She goes to school, she goes to church, she's nice. But I gotta tell you guys something, she's a freak. You know, you meet her in person, she's all sweet and innocent. Oh, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Bye. But you catch her online at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man, she's like, I'm licking and sucking your toes. Ooh, do you like it? Now see, that's scary. It is, because I had no idea she was online. I was like, yeah, I like it. I was like, what's up? I see my sister the next day. She's like, I met someone. I said, me too. Check it out. I got some sandals. What's up? But you guys have to be careful. If you're gonna meet people on the internet, be careful, because you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't. I went on a blind date with a girl who was half Sasquatch, half Chupacabra. Yes, some of the white people, Chupa what? It's like Bigfoot, only smaller. Like cousins, you know? You gotta be careful, because they'll throw these little mysterious words out there to kind of like, get you excited. Like this one girl, she described herself as bubbly, you know? And I hear bubbly, and I was thinking, oh my God, wow, really? Shut up, wow, really? Shut up! Man, and instead what I got was... standing there. You have to be careful. And I said, you know what? Okay, maybe it's my bad luck. It couldn't possibly happen to me 3 times, right? So I gave it another shot. I went on another blind date with a girl who said she was a sexy Latina. I was excited. What's up? I get to her house, you guys. She was not Latina. Oh, no. She was black. Now, I didn't have a problem with her being black, but she specifically wrote out, I'm Latina. So I called her on it, right? I said, hey, girl, before we go any further, didn't you say that you were Latina? You know what she told me? She got mad. She was like, boo, I am Latina. Shoot, that's my name. All right then. Well, let's go. I've been starstruck many, many times. As a matter of fact, this past year, I got to meet one of my childhood heroes. I got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, some of you are clapping, some of you are like, wait. Well, here's the thing. I didn't love him as a politician, and I was too young to know him as a bodybuilder. All I knew is the movie Terminator was my favorite movie, and he was the Terminator. So, here's the story. I'm in LA at this red carpet event for some movie that I still haven't seen. I'm standing there with my publicist, okay? I'm standing there with my publicist, and she's explaining to me how the red carpet works.
Listen, Gabriel, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna go down the red carpet, and then the paparazzi's gonna start taking photos of you, and then someone's gonna ask you some questions. It's a lot of fun. Then we'll go inside, and then we'll go to the after party. It's gonna be great. As she's telling me this, I'm looking around, and I look over and I notice, I see him. I see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I freak out. Relax, relax. You've never met Arnie?
I said, no, I've never met Arnie.
I work with him all the time. He's really nice. Would you like me to introduce you?
I'm like,
Yes.
she takes me by the hand and she walks me directly to Arnold. I'm freaking out so bad, I look like a big ass toddler. We get over to Arnold Schwarzenegger's area, and he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's already got a big group of people around him waiting to take a photo. So I'm just patiently waiting. As I'm watching him, you guys, I gotta tell you right now, no one on this planet is better at meeting people than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is the greatest people meter I've ever witnessed. And the reason I say this is because when you meet him, he's very engaging. He grabs your hand, he pulls you in, he looks at you in the eyes, and he turns it on. When you meet Arnold, you get exactly what you think you're gonna get. It's awesome to watch. You know?
How are you? So nice to meet you. You're so strong. You put my hand. Hey, look at you. This is incredible. Got these lights and this red carpet. This is incredible. Excuse me. How are you? Hey, you're so strong. You put my hand. This is incredible. Look at you.
People are walking away from him, looking at their hand. They're looking at their hand, you guys. 10 minutes I'm watching Arnold Schwarzenegger light people up. And then I notice something else. I notice that Arnold has a handler, a guy who stands right behind him. And it's this guy's job to basically reset Arnold for the next person he's about to meet. Arnold Schwarzenegger will never cut off a conversation with the fan. The guy behind him listens in on the conversation, and he determines when enough is enough, and then he signals Arnold to cut it off and move on. Here's the signal. He grabs the back of Arnold's arm right there, 2 times. 1, 2. That lets Arnold know, cut it off, time to move on. Always to the left. Awesome to watch.
This is incredible with these lights and these special effects is going on here. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Hey!
I'm like, oh. So I yell out to the handler, hey! And the handler turns around. Hit him! I want to meet him. Hit him! And he starts laughing because now he sees that I see how the Terminator is really working. So he gives me one of these. Next thing you know, he is lighting Arnold up. He is hitting Arnold so fast, Arnold can barely keep up.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Excuse me, pardon me, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Very good. Pound, 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 pound.
He's coming down the line, coming down the line, coming down the line, and I'm just waiting. And I stick my hand out and he grabbed it.
How are you, son? I recognize you. I know who you are. You're the comedian who does the joke about the Indian man trying to rob a bank, but he cannot rob the bank because they are making fun of him.
And in my head, I'm like, he knows me! Outside, I'm like, yeah, that's me.
You are hysterical. Give me your contact information. You are the funniest person. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong.
Meeting Arnold is like a really good roller coaster. You want to go to the end and meet him one more time. You know what I'm saying? It was so cool because I'm watching him and people started recording him. And for me, you guys, it's one of those things where I'm finding myself in a very interesting situation right now because I like hanging out. I like going out. I've been drunk in Chicago many, many times. I like to have fun. Here's the problem. I recently signed a contract with ABC Television in hopes of producing my very own sitcom for TV. It's not a guarantee, but I am guaranteed a pilot. Here's the problem. ABC is owned by Disney. Disney is such a huge brand that anytime someone threatens the way you look at that brand, they are dealt with in a very un-Disney-like way. This sitcom that I'm producing is about me. I play myself. I play Gabriel Iglesias. It's about me, my family, my friends. My friend Martin is not allowed on the show. Not per me. Take it up with the mouse. They look at your social media. They look at all of your stuff that you have online. If there's anything about you that doesn't fit that model, they will freaking And I'm paranoid because Disney's so big. They're so huge. They own television stations. They own radio stations. They own Marvel Comics. They own Star Wars. I don't need that phone call, you know? Hello?
Fucked up you did.
I'm so freaking paranoid, you guys. Because nowadays, people are always recording. If you do something that might look stupid, it can still end up turning out even worse. For example, let's say I fall off the stage tonight and someone's recording that. If TMZ gets a hold of that, it can go viral. And God forbid something happens to me, it can make the news. We're standing here in front of the All-State Arena in Rosemont, Illinois, where authorities believe Fluffy lost control. The 39-year-old comedian was found dead for the second time in 2 years. No one knows exactly what happened here tonight. Authorities had this to say. That's why I'm saying, you guys, I gotta be careful because I still enjoy my habits. I still like drinking. And of course, then some people pull me aside and they say, well, Gabriel, why do you drink? Why do you drink? You have so many responsibilities and people you take care of. Why do you drink? Because I have a lot of responsibilities and people to take care of. Some of you already know because you've been to my shows in the past. My poison of choice is tequila. Certain alcohol I no longer mess with anymore. Like I no longer mess with Jaeger. See, first of all, any alcohol that will make you say its name is not safe. And that's the only alcohol that will make you do that. That's the only one you hear people. Jaeger! You don't hear anyone else. You don't hear Mexicans. Tequila way! You don't hear black people. Hennessy playa. You don't hear Japanese. Woo, saki saki! Do you think your mom would like to meet Vicente Fernandez right now? I said, Emily, let me tell you something. If she says no, I want to meet him. I'll be right back. Ama, dime, mijo. Emily wants to know if you would like to meet Vicente Fernandez right now. Mijo, that sounds nice. All right, Emily, she's in. Emily goes, is she even a fan? I go, trust me, that's her reaction. She's good. She has the whole house covered with Vicente Fernandez records and cassettes. Okay, we're good. So Emily comes back and she puts these special VIP bracelets on us with a little click, and she walks us through a door into the backstage area. As soon as we went through the door, I knew exactly where we were. I was just there a week ago. So I got my mom arm in arm and we're walking down the hallway, okay? Come on, Ma, let's go. Let's go. We're walking down the hallway and we're getting closer and closer to Vicente Fernandez's dressing room. The door is wide open and I can hear a commotion coming out of the dressing room. And then a man and a woman exit the room, and the man is holding onto the woman's shoulders and he's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And the woman looks destroyed, okay? Mascara's running down her face. My mom sees that and she's like, mijo, did you see that? Did you see what the mascara?
With the mascara parece puta la cabrona.
Sorry, puta means friendly. So we get by the door, and the closer we get, we start to see a guy in the room. He comes to the door. In the room, there's three people, okay? There's Vicente Fernandez, the photographer, and a handler. The handler comes to the door, and you can tell by his voice that he works for like a Mexican radio station because he's got that voice. You know, like, hola, hola, pásale, pásale. Pásale in Spanish means come on in. So we start to walk into the room. And let me tell you guys something. If you grew up listening to Vicente Fernandez from a young age and you get the opportunity to meet him, it is seriously a religious experience. My mom and I are entering the room. The only thing missing is the freaking Nomines Patres el nombre de San. You don't look at him, you look at the floor. Out of respect, you just look at the floor and come on, ma. We get all the way up to him and I see boots. And when I see the boots, my mom and I both just. He knows what you're doing. He knows you're checking him out. So what he does is he poses, okay? Vicente stands there and he poses. He'll have the sombrero, the hat, to his side. And then he doesn't look at you. He looks away. And he sticks his chest out. And he stands there looking like a big-ass bottle of Tapatio at Costco. And then he looked at me. And he recognized me, not as a comedian, but because I was there the week before and my photo was hanging outside his door. It's whoever's there last, you know, they always rotate the photo. So he sees me and he's like,
Hijo, tú eres el muchacho que está en la foto, que está allá afuera.
I go, yeah, that's me outside, yeah. Hola. Vicente, I'm sorry. Le presento mi mamá. I'm like, oh my God, I think I just offered up my mom to Vicente Fernandez. She's like 73, better late than never, ma, get him. My mom starts walking up to Vicente. He was so nice. He goes out to shake my mom's hand, and my mom grabs his hand. And I don't know where she got this strength and energy from, but she grabbed him and pulled him in. Hard, like the video game. Get over here. And then hooked him. She hooked him and she starts screaming into his chest, Mi chente, mi chente, mi chente. I'm like, oh my God, she's getting horny. And he knew too. Because he was like, you know, quítamela, quítamela. The photographer, the handler, and me, the three of us, is what it took to pull her off of Vicente. We sit her down, she's bawling. Ah! Mascara's running down her face. The photographer shaking his head. I guess Vicente had dinner earlier that night. He was eating barbecue because I had those wet naps, you know, barbecue wet naps. And so we take the wet naps and we start cleaning the mascara off my mom's face. And we stand her up and we posed her and we took the picture. Emily comes over and she takes us and she escorts us to our seats in the front. And for 3 hours, my mom was on her feet listening to his. She refused to sit down. Mom, you should sit. No, como que es el chente. Holding a shot of tequila that she never drank. She was 3 hours on her feet, never once sat down. That's how powerful his music was. My mom felt no pain for that entire time. And the minute that freaking concert was over, you know, tan, 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 my feet, mis pies! Ay, pinche callo! Oh my God, my feet! Ay! And I'm like, oh great. So now I gotta drag this living novela to the parking lot. I helped her into the car. I told you to sit down. You don't sit for gente. Here comes Emily. Did you guys have a good time? I go, Emily, we had the greatest time. Thank you so much. I got something for you. I go, what's up? And she hands me an envelope, and I open it. And inside the envelope is the picture. She printed it out for me. And when I looked at it, I got so choked up because I have never seen my mom so happy in a picture. And it's not that she wouldn't smile. She would smile, but it was that, 1, 2, 3, cheese. But this one was like... And what makes it extra special is that is the last photo I have of my mom, and she was the happiest. And I know that that moment wouldn't be possible if I did not do this for a living. Do you think your mom would like to meet Vicente Fernandez right now? I said, Emily, let me tell you something. If she says no, I want to meet him. I'll be right back. Ama, dime, mijo. Emily wants to know if you would like to meet Vicente Fernandez right now. Mijo, that sounds nice. All right, Emily, she's in. Emily goes, is she even a fan? I go, trust me, that's her reaction. She's good. She has the whole house covered with Vicente Fernandez records and cassettes. Okay, we're good. So Emily comes back and she puts these special VIP bracelets on us with a little click, and she walks us through a door into the backstage area. As soon as we went through the door, I knew exactly where we were. I was just there a week ago. So I got my mom arm in arm, and we're walking down the hallway, okay? Come on, Ma, let's go. Let's go. We're walking down the hallway, and we're getting closer and closer to Vicente Fernandez's dressing room. The door is wide open, and I can hear a commotion coming out of the dressing room. And then a man and a woman exit the room, and the man is holding onto the woman's shoulders, and he's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And the woman looks destroyed, okay? Mascara's running down her face. My mom sees that, and she's like, mijo, did you see that? Did you see what the mascara? What the mascara parece puta la cabrona. Sorry, puta means friendly. So we get by the door, and the closer we get, we start to see a guy in the room. He comes to the door. In the room, there's 3 people, okay? There's Vicente Fernandez, the photographer, and a handler. The handler comes to the door, and you can tell by his voice that he works for like a Mexican radio station, because he's got that voice. You know, like, hola, hola, pásale, pásale. Pásale in Spanish means come on in. So we start to walk into the room. And let me tell you guys something. If you grew up listening to Vicente Fernandez from a young age, and you get the opportunity to meet him, it is seriously a religious experience. My mom and I are entering the room. The only thing missing is the freaking Dominus Patris en el nombre de San. You don't look at him, you look at the floor. Out of respect, you just look at the floor. Come on, Ma. We get all the way up to him, and I see boots. And when I see the boots, my mom and I both just... He knows what you're doing. He knows you're checking him out. So what he does is he poses, okay? Vicente stands there and he poses. He'll have the sombrero, the hat, to his side. And then he doesn't look at you. He looks away. And he sticks his chest out and he stands there looking like a big ass bottle of Tapatio at Costco. And then he looked at me and he recognized me, not as a comedian, but because I was there the week before and my photo was hanging outside his door. It's whoever's there last, you know, they always rotate the photo. So he sees me and he's like,
Hijo, tú eres el muchacho que está en la foto que está allá afuera.
I go, yeah, that's me outside, yeah.
Hola.
Vicente, I'm sorry. Le presento mi mamá. I'm like, oh my God, I think I just offered up my mom to Vicente Fernandez. She's like 73, better late than never, ma, get him. My mom starts walking up to Vicente. He was so nice. He goes out to shake my mom's hand, and my mom grabs his hand. And I don't know where she got this strength and energy from, but she grabbed him and pulled him in hard, like the video game. Get over here. And then hooked him. She hooked him and she starts screaming into his chest, Mi chente, mi chente, mi chente. I'm like, oh my God, she's getting horny. And he knew too. Because he was like, you know, quítamela, quítamela. The photographer, the handler, and me, the three of us, is what it took to pull her off of Vicente. We sit her down, she's bawling. Ah! Mascara's running down her face. The photographer shaking his head. I guess Vicente had dinner earlier that night. He was eating barbecue because I had those wet naps, you know, barbecue wet naps. And so we take the wet naps and we start cleaning the mascara off my mom's face. And we stand her up and we posed her and we took the picture. Emily comes over and she takes us and she escorts us to our seats in the front. And for 3 hours, my mom was on her feet listening to his. She refused to sit down. Mom, you should sit. No, como que es el chente. Holding a shot of tequila that she never drank. She was 3 hours on her feet, never once sat down. That's how powerful his music was. My mom felt no pain for that entire time. And the minute that freaking concert was over, you know, tan, 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 tan. My feet! Oh my God, mijo, mis pies! Ay, pinche callo! Oh my God, my feet! Ay! And I'm like, oh great. So now I gotta drag this living novela to the parking lot. I helped her into the car. My feet! I told you to sit down. You don't sit for Chente. Here comes Emily. Did you guys have a good time? I go, Emily, we had the greatest time. Thank you so much. I got something for you. I go, what's up? And she hands me an envelope and I open it. And inside the envelope is the picture. She printed it out for me. And when I looked at it, I got so choked up because I have never seen my mom so happy in a picture. And it's not that she wouldn't smile. She would smile, but it was that, you know, 1, 2, 3, cheese. But this one was like, and what makes it extra special is that is the last photo I have of my mom, and she was the happiest. And I know that that moment wouldn't be possible if I did not do this for a living. Now, when it first started happening, listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it was actually kind of cute because it was only other Mexicans bringing me these quote unquote Mexican racist gift baskets. It started in LA after a show. This one guy walks up to me with the basket and he's like, "Hey, what's up, homie? Got your racist gift basket." I said, "We're the same race." "Hey, whatever." "All right, whatever." I take it backstage and all the items in the basket made it to my house. There was a Mexican blanket with a tiger on it, a bunch of bottles of Fanta, bottles of sangria, Vicente Fernandez CDs, Mexican candy, pan dulces, sweetbread, mazapanes. Everything made it to my house. Now, the more East Coast we started traveling, and the more down south we started performing, the more creative the gift baskets started getting. Fast forward to Mobile, Alabama. Oh, it gets good. Earlier tonight, before we kicked off this special, my friend Martin was out here making a couple of announcements. One of the announcements that he made was, if you brought a gift, please hold on to it until after the show. Don't bring it to the stage. It could interrupt the flow of the performance. The only reason why he makes this announcement every single night is because of one show in Mobile. So here's what happens. I tell the entire racist gift basket story, the full 16 minutes, right? As soon as I finish, a guy from the back of the theater rushes the front of the stage. Now keep in mind, this area is full. In Mobile, the aisle was right up the middle. So the guy had a clean shot to me. He hauled ass like it was The Price is Right, all the way down. Much like tonight, there was security there that night. Security sees the guy with the basket, but no one thought to stop him. All they did was,
"That's pretty."
Oh, that's nice. That's pretty, yeah.
so the guy makes it all the way to the front. He takes the gift basket and he puts it on the stage. Now he's heckling me from where you're sitting. I'm standing here and he's like, "Fluffy!" "What's up, dude?" "I got this for you." "Thank you." "Open it." I go, "Sir, we're kind of in the middle of a show right now." I says, "I appreciate the gift. That's very nice of you." I says, "But how about this? I'll open it after the show."
Oh, come on, Fluffy. I want to see your face.
"Sir, how about this? How about you take the gift basket and you bring it over here to the side of the stage where security's at, and I'll have security escort you behind the curtain, and then I'll open it up backstage with you in front of me. How's that?" And he's not taking no for an answer. Now, the problem is the crowd just saw me tell the racist gift basket story, and all of a sudden, there's a guy with a gift basket. They have no idea I'm not affiliated with freaking Duck Dynasty in the front row. So now I'm trying to diffuse the situation before it gets crazy, but he's not taking no for an answer. Next thing you know, he does something no other audience member has ever done in my 19 plus years as a comedian. He takes the whole crowd away from me, flips them, and then uses them on me. In 5 seconds. It was the most amazing, horrific thing I have ever witnessed. This is all he did.
Come on, Fluffy. We want to see your face. We want to see your face. We want to see your...
He gets 2,000 people behind him to start chanting,
"We want to see your face. We want to see your face."
It was very evident this was not the first rally he's ever led. The crowd is so loud, I can no longer hear myself over the monitor. So I'm like, I lost. So I get on my hands and knees, I put the microphone down, I grab the gift basket, and I start tearing it open. I reach in. Forget about pulling out Mexican soda, Mexican candy, or a Mexican blanket. This dude was a pro. I started pulling out gardening tools. I'm pulling out a rake, a toy shovel, a toy leaf blower. "Dig deeper, Fluffy, dig deeper." I pull out a soccer ball. I go, "Dude, it says Puerto Rico. They ran out of Mexico." I pull out a brick. I go, "What's the brick for?" "The wall." I pull out an actual application for U.S. citizenship. I said, "There's no way this can get any worse." "Dig deeper." I was wrong. I pull out an old school box of Crayola crayons. You know the 64 pack that has a sharpener in the back? Okay. There's a window on the front of the crayons so you can see all of the colors that are in the box. All of the crayons in the box are brown except for one white crayon right in the middle. And I said, what the hell is that supposed to mean? And he looks at me and he says, welcome to my world. The crowd is laughing so hard, I know for a fact I don't have a joke that's gonna follow that. So I made it seem like that was the end of my performance. I picked up the gift basket, I said, thank you, Mobile! And I gave the guy a dirty look. I go behind the curtain, Martin is waiting behind the curtain, and Martin's like, bro, you killed it out there. I go, Martin, they weren't laughing at my jokes. What were they laughing at? And I showed him the application, and he's like, ah! You're not my friend. You're not my friend. So I walk into the dressing room, you guys, and I'm pissed, man. I walk in, I close the door, put the basket down, I'm scratching my head, I'm trying to think, what could I have done to have prevented that from getting to where it went? So I'm like, okay, should I have grabbed the gift basket, moved it out of the way? Should I have had security grab the guy? Should I have had security grab the gift basket and the guy? Every idea that I'm coming up with is ending worse. Finally, I accept it. I jump in the shower, I get out, I get dressed, security shows up. Mr. Iglesias? Yeah. Ready? Yeah, give me a second. I grab my backpack, I put on my backpack, I walk over to the door, open up the door, let's go. He sees the gift basket on the chair, and he's trying to be nice. I'll get that for you, sir. Yeah, bring it. Never know when you might need an application. So now he's escorting me out the back door of the theater into an empty parking lot on our way to the tour bus that's at the very end of the parking lot. We're walking for a good 4 minutes. All of a sudden, I hear this. Fluffy! Woo! Fluffy! Fluff, 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 fluffy! I'm like, is he hog calling me? I believe so, sir. It's the guy that gave me the gift basket, and now he's standing next to the tour bus. So there's no way I'm gonna get past him. So I'm like, man. So we stop walking. Security's like, would you like me to call for backup? No, you don't need to call for backup. He's not gonna hurt me, it's just gonna get really weird. So I pull out my cell phone and I'm trying to text Martin. I'm like, come on, Martin, get over. He's not replying. The guy gets tired of waiting next to the bus, so now he's walking towards me, but he's doing it in a really weird way. He's walking towards me like I'm a dangerous animal, okay? He's doing this. Fluffy. Fluffy, I'm not gonna do anything. And he walks over and he's just ranting. All right, look here, Fluffster. First and foremost, let me just tell you something right now. I've been watching your comedy for about 7 years now, and my favorite joke that you tell is when you give that gift basket to your colored friend G. Man, first time I heard you tell that joke, I wanted to laugh really hard, but I couldn't, right? Because I was at a bar sitting next to 2 black people. And you can't laugh at a black joke in front of black people because they get all uppity, start chanting civil rights and Rosa Parks and shit like that. Hey, I voted for Obama, but it's too soon to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I took my happy ass home and I got on the internet and I Googled racist gift basket and your joke came up and man, I had me a good old laugh. And I says, you know, I love Fluffy's sense of humor. He likes to push the envelope with his friends and he doesn't allow political correctness to interfere with a good friendship. At the end of the day, you're still friends, you still love each other, you still respect one another. I said, hey, if the Fluffster ever shows his ass here in Mobile, be first in line to get me one of them tickets, and you came. So I tell my friends, let's go see the Fluffster. I said, but first, I bet you anything he'd appreciate it if somebody were to get him one of them gift baskets like he got G, except we got you the UPS basket. UPS basket? What can Brown do for you? So, the problem is, you didn't laugh. You got offended, and I didn't want you to get offended, Fluffster. I wanted you to laugh, but the problem is that, you know, I didn't need you thinking that Mobile was a horrible place and we were horrible people. We were just trying to have a little fun with you the same way you had fun with your buddy G. We work very hard here, 40 plus hours a week myself, and the amount of money and time that we put into that gift basket is only because we love you. Hey, you have any idea how long I was on the goddamn internet trying to find an application for U.S. citizenship? In English? Are you shitting me? Everything's in Espanol. Hey, I voted for Obama. I ain't got time for that. The bottom line is that I'm sorry for interfering with your performance. It'll never happen again. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, and hopefully you'll allow me to take a picture with you. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a dick. I said, listen, sir, you don't have to apologize. I should apologize. I didn't handle the situation the right way. But you got to look at it through my eyes. I've never had anyone take an entire crowd away from me. That was pretty good, huh? Will you listen? Yes, that was pretty good. Look, I'm very sorry that I got upset. First time that happens, I won't let that happen again. You don't have to apologize. I will be more than happy to take a picture with you. Now see, that's what I'm saying right there. That's what I'm saying right there. All my friends are like, the hell with that beaner. I said, nope, that beaner is good people.
Yeah, freaking Miami. This is the only place I can pull this off. I can't wear this in LA. They're, hey,
Estoy ciega. It's too much.
freaking Mexican DJ Khaled up here. I know, right? Also, I would like to thank, since we're here, Only in Dade. Thank you so much. If you know, you know. And I think you know. And also to my friends over at La Carreta for all the food. So, yes. Yeah, man. Before we get started, you guys, I would like to thank the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for the opportunity to record a special. No other entertainer has done a special here yet. Tonight is the first one. It wasn't the Rolling Stones, it wasn't the Eagles. They trusted a comedian to make this happen, so I want to say thank you. Is anybody else staying here at the Hard Rock? Hey, me too. This is a beautiful hotel, and I'm not just saying that because my room is free. You know you're in a nice hotel and casino when you turn on your TV in your room and they have their own video. Like if you're staying here, you turn on the TV, you get this. Welcome to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. 24-hour gambling 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'm sitting there like, why can't I stop watching this? And I started thinking at this point, why don't they just do that to the slot machines? You know what I mean? Gambling's already shameless, might as well go all the way. You walk up to one of the little machines, pop in a 20. Don't stop. I'm not gonna stop. People are walking by. What are you doing? Trying to get the jackpot. Yeah, man. I'm gonna start the show off tonight with a question. That's not normally how comedy shows happen, but I'm gonna start it off with the question. The question is, who here tonight has never heard of me up until tonight? 5. 2, 5. Okay, to those of you, the 5 of you, I say, sorry. I know you got excited, you saw the ticket, you saw the last name, and then I walked out and you're like,
Enrique got bigger.
The only reason why I ask who has never seen or heard of me before is because if you have, then you know the type of show that I do. And you know the type of show that I don't do. Like, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for, what shot to take, or what baby to get rid of. That's not for me to say. And if you're already offended, you just missed the whole point of that. I'm telling you what I'm not gonna do. I promise you, I am here to entertain, not offend. okay? We're gonna have fun with everybody, starting with me, but I'm just gonna let you know, we are living in a very different time. I've been doing this so long, I always figured as long as I'm being nice, I shouldn't have any issues. But it's a very different time. This is year 27 for me. Yeah. 27 years of being a comedian. And in those 27 years, I never had to worry. You know, when I first got started, 1997, I was clean shaven. Yeah, I had hair. I know, look at some of you. What happened? Huh? Vaccine, I know. I'm kidding. Sorry, Florida. I'm kidding. I said vaccine. Some of you were like, I told you. Yeah, no.
Te dije, el gordo dijo. Yeah.
And oh, by the way, I have some friends that tell me, dude, man, you're making money now. Why don't you get the hair thingy? I said, for what? Well, you know, some women, they want a guy with hair. Well, good for them. And they're not lying. I have gone out with some women that made it a point to tell me that hair was important. One told me flat out, I need to be able to run my fingers through your hair. Yeah? And I told her, hey, look, if you go deep enough, you're gonna get your wish. You were not specific on location. Hey, you want hair, you want pelos? I got you. But yeah, 27 years of being a comedian. And in those 27 years, I have seen a lot of comedians come and go. And I feel very grateful that in all that time, we've still managed to maintain a certain level. So I feel like we're doing something right, which feels weird to me because now I feel like you gotta be very mindful. Okay, you gotta be extra mindful. Like, 27 years of being a comedian, I finally started hearing people tell me things that I've never heard before. I started hearing people tell me things like, hey, Fluffy, I grew up watching you. Which is an incredible compliment. Because that doesn't just say that you're a fan. That says that you're invested. That says that you've been following this career for a very long time. Some of you, the first time you saw me perform, you were kids. And now some of you are here tonight with your kids. And so I just want to say thank you for all those years of trust and continuing to come back to see the show. It means a lot. Hearing someone say they grew up watching me, that is one of the most beautiful compliments any entertainer can receive. And I understand that now with therapy, that's what that means. Look, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I heard someone tell me that they grew up watching me, I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to process because nobody wants to feel like they're getting old. So the first time I heard it, I was like, second time I heard it, I was like, buy a hat. The third time I accepted it, I was like,
Many years ago, when I first got started, all of this was land as far as the eye could see. It was a very different time. And
by the way, I don't know why my old voice is white. He just is. I tried doing the Mexican voice, but you don't take him as serious, you know? Just,
No, pues chingue su madre, cabrón. Ahí andamos en el rancho y nos mandaron a la chingada, güey. Está bien difícil.
A long time ago stood a man known as Fluffy.
and he had a TV show called Stand Up Revolution.
And on the weekends, he recorded an online internet show called Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. That's right, you guys. This is Gabriel Iglesias, and I'm basically setting up my own biography in case something happens, like the internet killing me like they did about a month ago. So, you guys, I'm here coming to you from Strong Beach, California. That's right, Strong Beach, yeah. And I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to introduce you guys to another comedian here. This guy, I've known him for about 16, 17 years. I used to see him at a bar in the corner looking all creepy because I just thought he was one of those guys. Then come to find out he was a comedian who just knew how to stay to himself and stay quiet, which is probably the best thing in the world because then you ruffle feathers and piss people off and then, you know, you become that guy. So here he is. His name is Mike Merrill. He's funny and I'm not gonna lie. We used to nickname him Baby Shaq and you'll see why. Here he goes, Mike Merrill.
Because I performed in places where you didn't see any other black people, man. I performed in a place called Colorado. And at first, not only did I not see black people, I didn't even see black things. Things that were supposed to be black was not black. My shadow was white. It had long hair, like a thundercat. It was all beautiful. So I get uptight when I go somewhere and I feel like I'm the only letter on the page. Because black people have a complicated relationship with each other, man. It's very complicated. We go to one place where ain't that many other black people. We're like, man, it ain't no black people here. Somebody might try to kill me. But then we go somewhere else and be like, wait a minute, it's too many black people here. Somebody might try to kill me. Because we need an optimum number of black people, enough so that we feel safe, but not so many that somebody might be like, that fool owed me $7. Pop, pop, pop. See, now you're dead. Now you're dead. Because you don't know who's going to start shooting, man. We can't predict people's emotions. I didn't know my boy was jealous until he introduced his girl to us. He didn't want anybody to look at her. He brought her around. He's like, oh, so y'all just going to disrespect me by looking at my girl all in her face like that. But I don't understand that. You should feel good if people are looking at your girl. That means she looks good. You wouldn't want to introduce your girl when people have the opposite reaction. You're like, hey, everybody, it's my girlfriend. What you think about her? Nah, she's terrible. You need to take her back to the Dollar Tree or, you know, wherever she came from. She's not right. So you calling my girl ugly? I wouldn't say she's ugly, but I would say she has a difficult reflection. That's the way I would put it. He knew his girl wasn't cute because she had a real ugly name. He was like, so you trying to say that my girl Gargamel has a difficult reflection? What'd you say her name was? Gargamel, fool. G''Argamel. You understand? Can't feel bad about stuff like that, though. My girl actually thought I was ugly. She didn't just come around and say it, though. She said it in a roundabout way. She was like, I used to date tall, sexy guys, and I found you, and... well, I found you. What the hell you mean you found me like I'm a nickel? I'm cute. Under the correct light, if you look at me correctly. But don't just let it end there. You know, your girl always wants honesty, so you gotta be honest with her. She's like, babe, you're getting fat. Girl, you've been fat. I'm just trying to catch up. I don't want you to feel alone. We're in this together, you understand what I'm saying? But also, quit giving black men stereotypes, but we gotta prove something. Supposed to be great lovers, so now women come to the bedroom with expectations. What, you gonna do a special move? Huh? You gonna burn some incense? You gonna do a light show? I ain't doing none of that. I have asthma. I don't have health insurance. They ain't gonna kill me. You're not gonna kill me. But I had a 5-hour energy. Well, you're about to have a 4-minute disappointment. I told you. You're not killing me. You don't want asthma love anyway. I'm gonna be wheezing and crying. I had to stop in the middle of making love one time to use my inhaler. That's not romantic. She's like, why'd you stop? Because I was dying, okay? You're selfish. You're selfish. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. My name is Mike Merrill. I'm out of here.
There you have him, you guys. The man, the myth, the legend, the one known as Mike Merrill. Please don't forget to follow him right there and follow me, because if you follow Mike, you should follow me, because we're friends. Yeah. So, and don't forget to subscribe somewhere right here, editor. Can you editor, this week, let's do something spectacular for the people that are watching. Can you make the most impressive subscribe button ever? And we'll hope that everyone will do just that. Editor, work your magic. And while the editor's working his magic and you can't see what I'm doing, I am enjoying this. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week with more Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. Subscribe.
Do the fluffy, baby, do the fluffy. Making a woman snort when she laughs at a joke is almost as good as making a woman fart when she comes.
¡Sácate, pendejo! ¡Lárgate, cabrón! ¡Quítate, desgraciado!
Because, you know, after 2019, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. Honestly, for me, I thought that 2019 was the best year I ever had in comedy. And the reason why I say this is because I was this close to hosting the Oscars. Yeah. Pretty sure I got a good chance next year. The year that I almost got to host, that was the year that Kevin Hart was supposed to host. And I don't know if you guys remember the story or not, but basically, Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars. And anytime you host, the background check is next level, okay? They go through all of your social media, all the way back to MySpace. People over 40, you know what's up. Come to find out that 10 years ago, Kevin Hart had sent out a couple of tweets that were questionable. So the Academy confronted Kevin Hart about the tweets. And they said, Kevin, can you please explain? And Kevin was like, yes, I said those things. I acknowledged them 10 years ago, and I apologized 10 years ago. Can we move forward? And the Academy was like, well, good, Kevin, we're glad that you apologized because they've been brought to our attention again, and we need for this to go away. So we need you to apologize. And Kevin said, you can't make me apologize twice for the same thing 10 years apart. And they said, well, you have to, because if you don't, you cannot host the Oscars. And Kevin said, well, thank you, but no thank you. And he walked away from the job. I would have done the same thing in his position. Because by him apologizing, he gives more power to cancel culture, and we can't give him more, we gotta take it back. So now the Academy was left with a problem, trying to find a suitable replacement for Kevin Hart, which is not an easy thing to do. So they reached out to a bunch of actors to see if there was interest, and everyone said the same thing. Thank you, but no thank you. We want no part of that Kevin Hart drama. No one wanted the job. Me, on the other hand, oh, I recognize a job opening when I see one. So I had my manager call the Academy, and the Academy was thrilled to hear from anyone. They were like, Gabriel Iglesias, yes, we know who he is. He's very funny, very witty. We think he would make a good host for the Oscars. Please have him submit some comedy material so we can see what the vibe of the night would be. And based on the material, we'll make our choice. So that's what I did. I sat down one night, got a pen, piece of paper, wrote out a bunch of jokes, and I turned them into the Oscars. And I think that's why they said no. I'm not trying to preach to nobody. This is what you got to do with your life. Hell no, shoot. You like burgers? Kill it. Dale gas. I'm just saying that's what I'm going through. And then people think,
Oh, he's trying to lose weight because he's doing movies. He wants to look better. He wants to be accepted. He wants to be accepted.
no. Don't get it twisted, you guys. Don't even think that. At my highest weight of 445 pounds, the level of acceptance I had was amazing, okay? To put it to you like this, at 445 pounds, there was women throwing themselves at me. At 445 pounds, there was men. Oh, in Bay Area, let me tell you something about gay men. I know you're in here, I saw the line. I'm gonna tell you something about gay men. Gay men are very creative, they're very persistent, and they're very opportunistic when they want to achieve the mission. They're just as calculated as straight men are. I'll give you an example, I'll tell you a story, right? So, one night, Martin and I are at a bar, and we're having drinks, and that should come as no surprise.
Oh, really? They were drinking?
Yeah, we killed it. So, as we're drinking, Martin is paying attention and he's listening in to a conversation that's happening about 15 feet away between these two girls. They're going back and forth, and one of them was like, I don't believe we finished the whole bottle.
How the hell are we supposed to get home?
Martin stands up, looks at me and says, bro, I'll be back. And then it began. The hunt. You know, freaking. Gay men are the exact same way. They listen, they focus, they pay attention. They wait for one of the cows to get away from the rest of the herd so they can corner it and strike. 4 hours later, Martin and I are at the bar, and I'm 16 shots of tequila in. Oh yeah, and I feel fantastic. And I tell Martin, bro, I don't remember the last time I had this many shots of tequila. And Martin goes, bro, you're crazy, Fluffy. You're crazy. Wait right here. I gotta pee. And so he leaves to the restroom, and I'm leaning against the bar. The bar is the only thing keeping me standing. And from across the room, this guy stands up, looks at his friends, and says, I'll be back. And then it began. The hunt. Dun 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 dun. And he gets in my face and he tells me, I just have to say, I am such a huge fan of yours. Oh my God! Anytime someone says they're a huge fan of mine, it automatically makes me smile. Even more so if I've been drinking. Oh yeah, if I'm drinking, I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Bro, I was so loaded, I bowed. Thank you. The guy puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, I just have to say, you have gotten me through some difficult time. And he stops talking and he squeezes and he goes, oh my God. Do you work out? I was so drunk, I said, a little. You're the first person to notice. And he's like, oh, you could totally tell. And he squeezed again. And I said, I'm sorry, am I overstepping? No, bro, you don't understand. I'm stressed out. That felt pretty good. Want me to rub both your shoulders and your back and scratch it? Because I will. Oh, whoa. Hey, go for it. He grabs me by the shoulders, you guys. He grabs me by the shoulders and he turns me around. Now I'm facing the bartender, and the bartender is trying to warn me. The bartender's like, hello, 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 hello. You know, we're trying to figure out this whole thing with Netflix and doing a new special. And during the pandemic, 2020 especially, it was not even a possibility of assembling a few people, much less a stadium. So Netflix made it clear, we need a new special sooner than later, okay? This was right before they didn't have Squid Games yet. You remember?
Red light.
Yeah. And some of you are like, that's racist. No, that's accurate. That's really good. That's good. So anyway, Netflix said as soon as there's an opportunity to record a new special, we need a special. So with time going by, there became two options for recording a special in late 2020. One was Florida, and the other was Texas. Some people from Texas cheering? Yeah? Okay. You could cheer all you want. That's where I got COVID. Yeah. Chingate esa. So here's the story. So I had done shows before, in Texas, and I had never done a show in San Antonio. So the original plan was we wanted to record a special in San Antonio for the new Netflix show, for the series. So we couldn't really travel too much. And remember, they kept telling us, stay in your bubble, stay in your COVID bubble. Don't forget to stay in your bubble. So in order to be as proactive and just careful,
we all went out there together as a team, okay? And then we all basically said, we're gonna do a residency in San Antonio for 30 days. 30 shows in 30 days. And on the last day, we'll record a new special. This way it gives me a chance to start performing again because it'd been over a year since I touched the stage. And so we get there and they gave me the option. Do you want to stay in a house or do you want to stay in a hotel? And I said, well, I've never lived in Texas before, so let's see what a house feels like. So they got us like this fancy Airbnb, and basically, it was Martin, Alfred, my friend Rick, myself. It was like 4 of us. It was like the Mexican version of the real world, okay? So we're all in this big house together. Everyone gets their own room. And so, of course, I get the big room because it's me. And, look at some. No. Yes. So I open up the door. I turn on the light. Click. And I'm like, this is a beautiful room. Wow, look how big it is. And then I notice there's a hole in the wall. And I said, that's weird. So I get really close to the wall. And when I got close, I realized it's not a hole. It's a big-ass roach. And let me tell you, I am not exaggerating when I tell you that cuca was this big. That roach was this big. Now, I have used this unit of measure before to exaggerate. And let me tell you, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that freaking cucaracha was this big. And I don't want you guys thinking, oh, what, you think you're too good for roaches? No. I grew up with roaches my whole life. My mom and I, we lived in apartment buildings, projects. We always had roaches, but they were different. First of all, they were this big. And California roaches are very different. Okay? For example, when you turn on the light, they scatter. In Texas, he chilled. In California, they respond to sound and movement. Ah! Scatter. I tried my California technique on this Tejano roach. I said, ah! And the roach was like, what? Oh my God, I don't think he's in my room. I think I'm in his. And at that moment, my tour manager walks in the room and she's like, is everything okay with the accommodations? I said, no, the room is beautiful, but look at the wall. Aw, there's a hole in the wall. I said, get closer. She gets up to the wall and she's like, oh, it's a big ass roach. I said, you're okay with that? She said, he's not in my room. She can see that I'm visibly bothered by this roach. So she's like, would you like me to take care of your little friend for you? And it is a little emasculating because I'm a big guy and she's like 5'2". So she's like, move, fool. She takes off her shoes, she grabs it, she gets up on a chair, and she brings it back, and she's like, soy la 69. Bam! Nailed that roach. Threw down her shoe, put it on. I look at the wall, and it kept moving. And I said, you have angered our friend. And she was like defensive. Fool, round two. So she grabs her shoe, gets back up on the stool, and she brings it back. And just as she's about to nail this roach for the second time, that shit started flying. It was a Harry Potter roach. Oh, man, mira. She's ñañeras, man. So anyway, we were there for 27 days. And for some reason, on the 27th day, out of a team of 30 people that were there to film a special, I was the only one that tested positive for COVID-19. No one else got it. Not Martin, not Alfred, nobody. And I told Martin, dude, I don't know where I got it. And he said, I think you got it from the roach. Anyway, on top of dealing with COVID, and by the way, a sincere apology to the city of San Antonio because I was supposed to tape a special with you guys, and clearly for obvious reasons we couldn't do it. But I hope you understand why I had to do this tonight. On top of dealing with COVID, the vaccine situation, I come to find out someone was trying to extort money from me. Yeah, and they weren't even family. So chingate esta, watch. I get a phone call from my manager telling me that someone reached out claiming to have video footage of me being inappropriate with models. Yeah, see? Look at it. You guys are like me. Yeah, I'm like, I need to see it too. Now, no disrespect to any woman who has ever given me the opportunity. But none of them were models. Maybe a couple of cochinas from West Covina, maybe. But they were not models. They were not models. They were just good citizens. Thank you. So anyway, they said I had until 9 a.m. to make a deposit of $50,000 into an account, or they were going to release the footage to TMZ and my career was going to be over. When I got the message, it was already 6 p.m. So I had missed the deadline by like half a day. So I was like, well, let me turn on the TV, still, see if I still got a yab. And clearly this is the first time you guys are hearing about this because there was no footage. They were just trying to scare me into giving them money. The only reason why I'm telling you the story is because only 50,000? Like seriously, that's what my career's worth? Don't get me wrong. I know when I said 50,000, some of you were like, oh, and it is a lot of money. But if you're going to go after a celebrity, $50,000 is really low. Like, to put into perspective, they did the same thing to Kevin Hart. And with Kevin Hart, they hit him for $10 million. $10 million, which lets me know where I stand on the comedy totem pole of success. There's Kevin Hart with 10 million, and I am like the Groupon of extortion.
Where'd you get your extortion? Got that shit at Ross. It was on clearance.
$50,000. You can't even buy an Escalade with $50,000. That is like a Hyundai Sonata at best, okay? And that's like a base model. Like, you still gotta do this shit to the window, you know? $50,000. But if I'm at a bar and I'm sitting at the bar, I'm in a drinking environment. If someone sends me a shot, I don't say no. I say thank you. I accept the shot and I tell the bartender who sent it so that I can lock eyes with that person and go, thank you. And they can see me drink the shot so they know it didn't go to waste. If someone sends me a shot, I take that as a compliment. I think it's an awesome thing if someone sends you a drink. And so when I send someone a drink, I mean good intentions with that drink. And if that person is like at the bar and they're like, ugh, no, I take offense to that. I'm like, ugh, dick. I don't want to make someone feel that way. So I know if I'm in a drinking environment, I don't say no. I have already established the fact that this is a drinking environment. I've already done 2 rounds. And so I see what's going on and I'm looking for help because that's a lot. So I look for security and I'm like, security! And security sees, and security was so clueless that night. They're like, want me to help you drink? No, stupid! Martin is gone somewhere, security's clueless, so I'm stuck on my own. So I walk over and I start drinking. I grabbed the first shot and I held it up and I said, to Orlando. Boom. Second one, to Orlando. Boom. Third one, to Orlando. Boom. After about 8 shots, I was like, to Nanando. Boom. After about 12 shots, I was like, to Armando. Boom. I did 17 shots of Jaeger. At this point, people are no longer watching my show for the sake of stand-up comedy. They're watching a train wreck, and they don't want to leave because they want to see what's going to happen. I am now reaching for number 18. And as I'm reaching for it, someone in the back of the room yells out, take it off! And I was like, you take it off! And then her boyfriend stands up. Hey, she'll take off whatever you take off. And all of a sudden, we had a party. That girl came up on stage and she was beautiful, according to Jaeger. She's standing on the stage next to me, but at this point, I'm so gone, I can barely finish a sentence. So then the crowd starts chanting, "Take it off, take it off." I'm like, here we go. So I kick off a shoe. She kicks off a sandal. I kick off the other shoe. She kicks off the other sandal. And we started going toe to toe. Eventually, I end up in my boxers and nothing else. And she's in her sports bra and her underwear. And it's her turn. And we all know it's her turn. And this is what I feel like I might get in trouble for because I was instigating. I was like, we're gonna see something. We're gonna see something. I don't know what we're gonna see, but we're gonna see something. It's either gonna be Momo or Meow Meow. It's gonna be something. As soon as she heard Meow Meow, she ran off the stage. And now I'm standing there in my boxers. No one there to help me. Finally, my friend shows up. Martin comes out the door, runs down the stairs, takes the microphone away from me. He goes, "Get your ass upstairs." I'm not paying attention. I'm just looking at the ground. You know, I am gone. I'm this guy. I look like the end of a Mortal Kombat game. So I'm not looking at Martin, so he pops me in the chest. He goes, "Hey, huh?" And I see Martin's face, and his whole face is covered with salt. Because he's a whore. Martin says, "Get your ass upstairs." "Okay, Martin." So I start trying to walk up the stairs, but I can't because I'm too drunk. So I got to do that little baby bear crawl. You know, that football thing where you get on all fours. And so I crawled all the way up the stairs like a little baby bear. And when I got to the top, everyone cheered. "He made it!" And so I'm still, woo! And Martin, he's just trying to get me to go away. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Mr. Gabriel Iglesias. This man gave you everything he had. He almost got naked for you." And then I heard, "Almost." And a little devil appeared on my shoulder. And his name was Jaeger. And from the top of the stairs, freaking 3, 2, 1.
I tell you what.
And I threw my underwear at Martin. Half the crowd saw my side naked profile. The other half saw
Pikachu.
Happy junior year, everybody. I got you a little something to help you study.
Woohoo! Tablets! Oh, I thought you were gonna say Adderall.
I know midterms are stressful, but once you get past them, you can celebrate at the holiday dance.
Yay, a dance! The only thing more stressful than midterms.
Principal Paula Madison reporting for Tutti Frutti, Booty Dude.
That's right, work it. Yes, queen. Soy fuego. ¿Y qué?
Teaching history is just part of my job.
Besitos.
I'm Marisol's father.
Helping my students believe they can make history,
Marisol and I are going on a date.
that's the real gig.
Which is why I am going to go to college. Not just any college, Stanford.
Yes! Who's that in the corner?
Oh, I added Mikey in a cheerleading outfit rooting for me.
You gotta tell me what's going on with Jackie.
Nothing. Gabe finally meets someone he likes, and you ruin it by hiring her.
He never would have met her if I hadn't hired her, dummy.
Doesn't it worry you that we're co-workers?
Don't worry. I'm good at keeping a secret. This will just be our thing.
They did it! It's happening!
Bingo bango!
My first driving lesson.
Vegas, baby!